wrist trying to whip it. I got a recipe, it's confidential. He's dropping on me trying to clone. Stand up pulling up in.
The man in the middle, at 7 feet, number 88, at the power forward position, at 6'6", number 20, George Niang. At point guard, at 6'3", number 4, Anthony Simons. At guard, 6'4", number 9, Derek White. At the other forward position, at 6'6", number 7,
Time to start the weekend in style. We welcome you to Friday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. And to look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And it feels really early to be already missing players from the lineup. How these teams respond will impact the outcome of this game.
A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Mitchell on the wing with Strus. And it's Ball in at the point guard position. And for the Celtics, the perimeter pair. It's White and Brown. Then there's Anthony Simons. Then there's George Niang. And it's Keita in at the 5, roaming the paint. Well, it's fair to say we can expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
They grab their own miss. Ball. Outside for Mitchell. The 3 is up. Here's Allen. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Here's Brown. The Cavaliers pull it in.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Shot is up. And Ball gets it to go.
And how about the agility of Ball? Being quick and precise with his movements.
Keita gets the bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Brown scanning the floor. To the inside. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And I like the mix of power and agility Ball uses inside. One way or another, he's going to get a shot.
Left side, Brown to the middle. Keita, no good.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
For Boston, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. And here's Simons outside. The rebound by Allen.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Ball finds Mitchell. Back to Ball. Allen with a screen on White. Outside Mitchell. Outside Strus. From downtown. Here's Mobley. Pass to Allen. The 3 from Ball. They get it again. Goes up again. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Well, a big who plays like like a big. Allen's going to pound it inside, and you have to match his intensity in there.
Tillman's checked in for Boston.
2 shots.
So both free throws good from Allen. Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the three, it really opens up this offense.
2 minutes.
Allen with a screen on Brown. Mobley outside. Pass to Ball. Back to Mobley. Shot clock at 5. Rebound Boston. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. We discussed how he wants his team to approach their matchup with Evan Mobley, and Coach said, we need to make him a jump shooter. Mobley is most effective around the rim. He's still developing his jump shot, and we need to take advantage of that. There should be a lot of resistance in the paint from his defense, B.A.
Allie, thank you. And here are the Cavaliers now, following the bucket by Boston. And that one's good. Ball's got 6.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
There's Simons with a 3. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got 5 rebounds in the game. Ball passes to Allen. Queta pulls it in. And it's Simons with the ball for the Celtics. They trail by 1. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Simons gotten his second bucket. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
And Mobley throws it down.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he? Here's Tillman. No points so far. Pass to White. Here's Queta. Simons outside. Here's the 3. Knocks down the triple.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Mitchell against White. Ball outside. Launches a 3. Hits the trifecta. 9 points in the game.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Lonzo Ball, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Cleveland, hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, what do you guys think about Cleveland here in this one?
Well, it's simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
They've got Peyton Pritchard. Xavier Tillman is out there with George Niang. And it's Hauser in at the 2. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept the mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
And it's Mitchell, the miss.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Back to Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. Takes the 3. The rebound by Donovan Mitchell. Merrill, right side. Uneasy, too, on the layup. Merrill's got his first bucket in this one.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Here's Pritchard, covered by Merrill. Pass to Minot. Let's go with a 3. Nance pulls down the board. The Cavaliers leading. Here's Mitchell. The slam by Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that. I mean, Mitchell finds airspace and fills it.
Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, BA, it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
Garza's checked in for Tillman. Allen, he's checked in for Cleveland. Lonzo Ball comes in for Merrill. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Cleveland leading by 3. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, Donovan Mitchell wears number 45 because that was Michael Jordan's number when he played baseball. Mitchell's father was a pro player, and Donovan said, "Baseball was my sport. I had my mind made up. I wanted to make the majors, but in high school, a broken wrist on the diamond caused his focus to shift." Brian, I'd say it worked out.
Yeah, I'd say so. Thanks, Allie.
A phenomenal athlete. Ball's teammates love when he knifes inside and finishes with power.
Pass to Garza. Here's Pritchard. Here's Niang. On target from range. Niang's got 5 now.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
The floater. And he lays it in. It's a tie ball game.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
From deep, Mitchell. Boston pulls it in.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Pass to Garza from behind the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
And it's out of bounds for the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Cadiz checked in for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Niang. And Cleveland with a change here too. Strus, he's checked in for Nance.
Filling it up. Lonzo Ball, more than a passer.
Pass to Keita. Outside, Brown. Three-pointer. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Mitchell. Now Allen. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. Some changes for Boston. Niang, he's checked in for Minot. Derek White comes in for Hauser. And Simon is subbed in for Pritchard. A minute 20 left in the first half. There's Simons with a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. He's got 10.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Pass to Strus. And stolen by Brown. 3 on 3. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, there's an example of Brown's ability to see the floor. Nice pass right there.
Hunter, a screen on Simons. Here's Ball. It's tipped. The 3. The Cavaliers pull it in. 34 seconds left in the first half. And here's Strus outside. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
A mistake by the defense. You can't let Ball's teammates get open because he will find them.
The Celtics with the lead. There's Simons with a 3. Hunter with the rebound. Mitchell on the drive. And it's Niang with the rebound. Simons against Ball. Here's Keita. The shot that time not on target. Nice D from Allen. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
And that'll do it for the first half. This game is tied. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Boy, it's been quite a game for Lonzo Ball.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
So for Cleveland right now, Mitchell on the wing with Strus. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. And it's Ball in at the point. That gives them the lead. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
And Allen is a high IQ player, one who understands when he should try to score.
There's Simons with a 3. Sinks it from distance. Simons has got 13 now. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Pass to Mobley. Ball with it from deep and scoring. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Brown, no good. Cleveland has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Allen with a screen on Brown. Knocked loose. Out to Mobley. Strus the pass to Mitchell. And Cleveland another 3.
Yeah, this is why defenses must be right up on Mitchell or he'll burn you off the pass.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have the guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
Here's Ball. They get it back. Outside Mitchell. Outside Strus. To the right side. There's Ball with a 3. Queta pulls it in. Celtics trail by 5. And here's Brown for 3. And Brown knocking down the triple.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Here's White. Oh, rejected by Allen.
Yeah, terrific block by Allen, making his presence felt on the defensive end.
Ball. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Ball's got 19 points. Celtics trail by 4. Outside, Brown. Pass to White. And here's Simons outside. The Cavaliers pull it in. Allen's got rebound number 7 tonight. White with it. Now guarded by Mobley. And here we go. The Celtics on the run. The pull-up J. It's good. Off the glass. Brown's got 5 points now this quarter. Cleveland has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Simons against Ball. Boston pulls it in.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
White on the wing for the tie, and the jumper is good. White's got his first 2 points of the night.
He's having a good night from the field. Now, I know the defense is really keying in on him, but they need him involved if they're going to pull this out.
Here's Ball. The shot's good. He's got 21.
And give Ball credit. The D was there, but great work keeping his concentration.
Inside. Here's Simons. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Mobley deciding where to go with it. Outside Mitchell. For 3. It's hauled in by White. For the lead. The shot no good. Tie game in Boston. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Xavier Tillman, and it's Garza in at the 5 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Nance. Here's Merrill. Sends it home from 3-point land. And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Back to Pritchard. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Wade. Cleveland has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Got a piece of it. Here's Hauser. Checked by Mitchell. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. To the paint. Here's Garza. Nice D from Nance. The Cavaliers lead by 3. Now here's Mitchell. Fires the 3. Mitchell, bullseye from distance.
And normally Mitchell wants his shot head on, but you give him the corner and he will adapt.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Lonzo Ball's checked in for Merrill. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He thinks they're still very much in this game, saying it's right there, but it's on us to take care of it. We have to make it happen, hoping to inspire his team here.
Thank you for that, Allie. So it's Boston now. 6-point game. Pass to Garza. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Hauser, that's good.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Ball with it. Wade, the pass to Ball. Lets a floater go. Hunter. Rebound Boston. To the left side wing. Pass to Pritchard. Here's the teardrop.
Cavaliers foul. Larry Nance Jr.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
Yeah, something else they're doing in this game is striking from long range. The defense just hasn't been able to keep them off the arc tonight. And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
Ball with it. Now guarded by Brown.
Boston foul. Peyton.
Boston making a switch here. Simons checked in.
First team foul. Now into the lineup for the Celtics. Number 4, Anthony Simons.
Ball outside. Lets the 3 fly. Boston pulls it in. Kid has got 4 rebounds in the game. And here's Simons outside. Nance pulls down the board. The Cavs have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. Cleveland has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Nance with a screen on White. Down low. And Nance gets it to go on the assist by Mitchell. And the Cavaliers lead by 4.
And the defense, they have to honor Mitchell as a scorer. And when they do, it just opens up the passing lanes.
Connects from downtown.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Now Mitchell. Pass to Wade. Now Nance. 1:46 left in the game. White on the wing. Check by Mitchell to take the lead. White can't hit.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Hunter the screen. Tipped. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter here. Oh, send it home, Derek White. This is the very definition of a back-and-forth contest.
Yes, neither side taking its foot off the gas. I'm expecting a spectacular finish.
Here's ball. No good off the back of the rim.
He's trying to find his shot, but at some point you have to start making these. There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
There's ball with a three. And they'll get another chance. Looking to end the run. Count it! Oh! An enormous three-pointer!
Easy to understand why they leave ball out here in these moments. He knows how to deliver.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. A different look for Cleveland. Jared Allen, he's checked in for Nance. Mobley comes in for Hunter. And it's Strus in for Wade. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. And here's Brown for three. The rebound by Allen. Simons against Mitchell. Pass to Strus. Back to Mitchell. 5 to shoot. Ooh, offline!
Oh, beating everyone to the ball. Great activity on the offensive glass.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
Seven seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the jam by Brown. And we're all tied up.
The PA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Now here's Ball. Strus at small forward with Mobley next to him. Ball is out there with Mitchell, and it's Allen in at the center position. Ball no good. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Boston. Pass to Simons. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Allen. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Big ups to this coaching staff. Great play design there.
Mobley uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's easy pickings right there. Leave someone that wide open, and Mitchell's not going to miss them.
This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
The three from Ball. He buries it from three. Now it's a three-point Cleveland lead.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
So it's Boston now. Simons passes to Queta. Kick out to Brown. Puts up a three. Mobley with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. Just over a minute into overtime here. Simons finds Brown.
The focus Ball brings to his defense is admirable. He doesn't let himself get distracted from covering his guy.
Here's Mitchell. And Mitchell with the slam.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. And here's Brown for three. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Outside for Mitchell. Pass to Mobley. Ball against White. Clock at 6. Ball passes to Mitchell. Got a hand on it. Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. Rejected by Mitchell. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Mitchell. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Ball. Fast break Cleveland. And an intentional foul right there.
Jaylen Brown, first personal foul, first team foul.
From deep, Mitchell. Mitchell can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And it's Simons missing. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Anthony Simons, first personal foul, second team foul. At the line for the Cavaliers.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6.
2 shots.
And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there. And it's the Celtics ball. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Derek White, first personal foul, third team foul. Shooting for Cleveland.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he can't make the second free throw either. Missed them both. This is do or die time.
They must play flawlessly. He can really read the floor. Precision pass and rhythm.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Team foul.
And no good as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second.
2 shots.
And he does get the second one. And that puts him up 5. Now a timeout called by Boston. 20 seconds left in the OT period. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
Searching for a fast bucket, then a way to stretch things out.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
Who needs a free t-shirt? Get up on your feet.
Pass to Simons. And he sinks it. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul.
5th team foul. Shooting for Cleveland.
Good on the first. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 5-point game.
When you've got your opponent down, don't let him up. This one's all but over.
And the Celtics call time here. There's 14 seconds left to play in overtime. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
An uphill battle for them. Everything has to go perfectly.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, but if you don't get it, immediate foul.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. Team is in the penalty.
He hits the first one, and that increases the lead to 6.
Cavaliers, Jared Allen.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
They've been a different squad here in overtime. I'm just not seeing the same energy level.
Out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball.
Cleveland ball.
This OT has been somewhat lackluster, mainly because both teams are clearly exhausted.
And so it's Cleveland winning this one. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took just to get to the extra period, and then their surge at the end. Whew.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Well, Donovan, it took a half for you guys to really find your rhythm. But once you did, you took control.
Yeah, you know, I think the biggest thing for us, we just got to compete. And I think that's what we did at the end of the day. We found a way to fight back. They got a lot of talented guys on that team. You know, they got a lot of guys who can go out and get buckets and rebound. But we just overcame it, played defense, and got stops when we needed.
Thanks, Donovan.
All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. And let's reveal our player of the game, Lonzo Ball.